Hello there, my name is Laura Castro and I am a CAP Corps volunteer serving at Ciudad de Los Niños, La Inmaculada in San Juan de Miraflores in Lima, Peru. I am in charge of writing a blog post for CAP Corps today, but I don't really like writing blog posts, so I thought what better way than to do it than with a video log, and that way you can hopefully experience what I'm about to tell you in a more personal way. So really quickly, a background about Ciudad. It's under the direction of the Franciscan Capuchin friars, and it is a boys' home of kids between the ages of 3 and 18, and these kids come from homes of neglect, abandonment, abuse, or just extreme poverty. But just to clarify, because people from home have asked me this a couple times, and I just want to clarify, I am not working at an orphanage. Although some of these kids might be orphans. So today I'm going to talk about some of the values that I try to embody as a CAP Corps volunteer, and these values are: servant leadership focuses primarily on the growth and well-being of the people and communities to which an individual belongs to. So for me, I see this value as extremely important in my work here as a dorm parent with the boys, and I incorporate it by leading by example with the boys.
Maintaining a zeal regardless of our rigorous schedule. Recognizing the times to stay firm and the times to trust the process of my team and have fun. And allowing the idea of servant leadership to inspire me in each moment of my service. I've enjoyed practicing this value, and I plan to implement its principles regardless of my professional path. So it's been wonderful learning. Simple living is living within our means and maintaining a balance between work, personal, and community life. This value has been most surprising for me in how I've had the time to create good habits and commit to a healthier lifestyle that is sustainable and respectful not only to myself, but also to the people around me and the environment.
A lot to do with appreciating the free things in life, like sunshine and mountains and hugs, or a nice breeze on a really hot day. Through prayer and my work here, I have been overwhelmed with gratitude for things that were just normal to me at home, like access to water and clean air and strength in my body and in my health, supportive parents. So intentional community, I am going to take a quote straight from CAP Corps' orientation, and do not mind that I'm going to be looking away from the camera because I am reading. To take straight from orientation, one of the most countercultural experiences that CAP Corps volunteers have is living in community or living intentionally. Now the intentional bit suggests that as a member of this CAP Corps community, I am committing to other community members that I will be active in my participation in the community.
Ryan and Benito are the other CAP Corps volunteers here, and we live with 7 other volunteers varying in age, and some coming from Germany, others England, and it introduces an element that is unique to other CAP Corps sites as we share the same living space and we work alongside each other. The diversity in culture and language has made my time at Ciudad even richer as I've been challenged to be more open-minded and compassionate. Of course, as a CAP Corps community, Ryan, Benito, and I continue to build fraternity through weekly spiritual meetings and meals. But again, I have enjoyed getting to know my European counterparts and all of my volunteer family. The mission of the CAP Corps program encourages us to explore social justice issues more actively while possibly utilizing some of the principles of Catholic social teaching, like human dignity, for example. Human dignity has been the most striking for me to deal with Peru has a centralized economy in Lima, meaning that the vast majority of the country's wealth is held by a very small, exclusive, elite population. That being said, as I have traveled throughout the country and even looking at my district and its outskirts, I'm appalled by the extreme poverty and lack of infrastructure and systemic racism. But all of these realizations can be daunting and hard to grasp one's role in it all. And it's been especially difficult for me during my time here.
It's hit me the most definitely with the tragedies that were happening at home in the States, particularly with the Boston Marathon. Having gone to university there, I had a lot of people who thought I was still there during the bombings. And that night, I received various messages and emails of people checking in on me, and which again was very humbling because I'm not even there. But what was most striking was the thought that I had after kind of swallowing the reality of what happened at home. I had all this love being sent my way, being thousands of miles away from people who were friends but I haven't seen in a while. And then that same night I had said goodnight to my kids, and I look at them and I think, who is there to love them? Who is checking in on them? Who's sending them messages? Who's sending them love? And number one, that gives me the overwhelming sense of responsibility for these kids and my role in helping with that. But number two, sometimes makes me sad in terms of the dignity of these kids and poverty and tragedies that happen throughout the world every day, and that there isn't as much emphasis, there isn't as much representation. And where are their voices? How will they be heard?
Taking a year and a half to do service abroad was the hardest decision I've had to make in my life thus far, and the biggest risk. My heart was set at the time on pursuing my career and establishing myself in the communications field, but after putting my faith in God and just taking that leap, I have felt nothing but affirmation and clarity in terms of my purpose. And although I still am not sure what my vocation is and I'm continuing to discern, I feel so safe and so warm with God's presence.
Prayer, through daily mass, through discussions with my community, through the boys, and in the process of trying to love them and being transformed by that love that is good and that love that is God working through me and working through them and making that connection that is hard to describe and it's hard to explain in words because it really is just a feeling. But I have no regrets of being here. I am so happy that I'm here. And CapCore has been a life-transforming experience for me, and I'm so grateful, and I cannot wait to see what lies ahead and what will be my next step.